From New York Post Studios in Midtown Manhattan, I'm Mark Hale with our Yankees update here. We're going to do our triple play segment, 3 topics with our baseball columnist Ken Davidoff, all on the Yankees. And Ken, let's start with this rotation. With Andy Pettitte having a setback, considering his importance to this rotation, considering his age, the uncertainty of his comeback, Ken, were you surprised at all that the Yankees didn't acquire a starting pitcher before the trade deadline? And how do you see this rotation shaping up for a possible postseason run?
I wasn't surprised, Mark. Once Cole Hamels signed a long-term extension with the Phillies, I think the Yankees thought there was no one out there who was a marked improvement over what they already had. Assessing the state of the rotation now, look, there are question marks. They're never going to replicate what they had in the late 90s with Pettitte, Clemens, Cone, El Duque, Wells. So every year, every team has question marks in the rotation. Having said that, I think there is certainly significant upside to the guys they have.
Let me ask you this, going further on the rotation. You look at a team like the Angels who could come at you with the Weaver, Greinke, Herron, Wilson rotation. If the Yankees were to face them in the first round, you could argue that they wouldn't have the starting pitching matchup in any game they faced. Is that a concern, or do you sit there and say, hey, Anaheim's an aberration here compared to the other teams, and you can't really look at it like that?
No, look, if they face the Angels in the first round, the Angels are going to have the advantage in starting pitching. No one would dispute that. But the Yankees are going to have the advantage in offense.
Right.
So may the best team win. I mean, that's what the Yankees are counting on. Their greatest strength, undoubtedly, is their lineup.
Let's go to a second topic here. Joba Chamberlain makes his season debut on Wednesday against the Orioles. Ken, you were there. You wrote about Joba for the newspaper in yesterday's paper. What did you see out of Joba yesterday, and how do you assess his level of importance to this team's bullpen?
Yeah, based on yesterday, as they once said in Seinfeld, Yama Hama. He did not look good. But you have to give him the benefit of the doubt for now. And it's been a long time since he pitched. It was emotional, standing ovation from the crowd, all that. And we'll see. I mean, based on what the Yankees saw in his rehab outings in the minor leagues, they think he can help considerably. They think, ideally be the seventh inning guy and give some more breathing room to the specialty guys like Boone Logan and Cody Epley and Clay Rappada. So time will tell, but that's his upside.
All right, and the Yankees' other major acquisition in the last couple of weeks obviously has been Ichiro Suzuki. And Ken, he's an interesting guy. For the last year and a half in Seattle, this was not a very good hitter. But the Yankees now have had him for 10 days. That's obviously a very small sample size, not necessarily representative. But what have you seen? Do you see encouraging signs at him, or do you think that this is basically the same type of hitter that the Mariners had for the last year and a half?
Yeah, the irony, Mark, is, it's a small sample size, but he's doing almost exactly what he was doing with Seattle.
Right.
He's gotten 1 hit every game so far, 9 straight games with the Yankees, 1 hit, no more, no less. Which, as you know, is about a .250 batting average, and that's not very good. He doesn't walk. If you really want to scrutinize him more, he certainly had some well-hit balls, line drives that were hit right at fielders. He also had some pop-ups and some grounders. So I haven't changed my belief that the Yankees have acquired a generally subpar player who shouldn't be playing every day when everyone is healthy.
All right, those are our triple play questions with Ken Davidoff. Great stuff, as always, on the rotation, on Joba Chamberlain and Ichiro Suzuki. We'll see what happens when the Yankees resume tonight against the Mariners at Yankee Stadium. We'll have a lot more from Ken, obviously, over the second half of the season. You can follow him on Twitter at Ken Davidoff, and you can follow me at Hale Mark. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.